Hey everybody, Omar here, your knife of the party guy, and I am back, and I hope I don't lose connection this time. I probably will, but I'm just gonna have to deal with it, and you guys will have to. Like I said, I'm just learning this medium, so we'll see what happens as I do these videos. So today's topic is on Kai knives. And if you've never heard the term Kai knives, that's perfectly understandable. Most people just call it Zero Tolerance and Kershaw slammed together into one company called Kai Knives, and there's a reason why no one's ever heard of Kai Knives. It's kind of like they're trying to be two separate companies, but they're trying to be one company, and they're not able to do it, and I'm going to explain on this video why that's happening. So, as everyone remembers, I'm just going to use this as eye candy because I don't have any other knife to explain. If you guys really remember, Kershaw really decided to step up their game back in 2012 when they came out with Zero Tolerance, and they came out with a bunch of they did come out with a bunch of high quality end knives that were unlike anything Kershaw was putting out. And the idea was, as far as I understood it, they were going to use Kershaw knives to promote their high quality end knives. The problem with that is that Kershaw or Kai Knives never put out enough knives to fulfill that need. Every year at Blade Show, Zero Tolerance, other companies like Spyderco and CRKT and Benchmade and all those other high-end quality knife companies, which never had a low-end group of knives and then graduating into a higher end of knives. They just never did that. They were just all one company, and whatever they put out, they put out. Now, Kai Knives, on the other hand, did things differently. They had a low-end category for knives, like your Kershaw Leak, your Kershaw Blur, and then, and they never had really high-end steels. Very few M390 knives were made. So in 2012, Kai Knives decided to come out with Zero Tolerance, and they came out with the 566 and a few of the other knives, and then this knife that I have in my hand is the only knife left from that era that's still around today in their lineup that you can actually buy. So that being said, all of a sudden Kai Knives just got shoved into the background, and it's still Kershaw and Zero Tolerance being looked at as two different knife companies. But the problem is that ZT never really got off the ground. Every year they come out with, at the most, maybe 3 completely different models, and then they discontinued the other models that were out there before, possibly because they were too expensive to make. Who knows? Maybe they, production, because with production companies always have to consider cost. And that being said, they just never seem to get it right. Why can't they really compete better with Benchmade and with with Benchmade and Spyderco? Because those companies actually just have it down pat. They literally have made the decision to stay one company and continue to put knives out in succession. And every time they're on Blade Show, they've got 6 or 7 or 8 knives. And what does Zero Tolerance have? Zero Tolerance has maybe 2 or 3 different knives, and that's it. But yet their Kershaw lineup continues to elevate. They've got 15, 20, so many low-end knives that they can't even keep count. So you kind of wonder, if Zero Tolerance is ever going to find their market where they are actually making an impact in the knife community. I don't think they are, because I've been waiting for a Zero Tolerance knife that's going to get me, and to this day it's still this knife from the original lineup. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but after a while it gets a little boring to just be staring at my 0562. I actually had mine customized. This used to be the original one with M390 steel. I changed it over to LMAX, and I have this scale put on there. This is customized. So I never got around to finding another Kershaw knife that I was actually, I mean, not Kershaw, but Zero Tolerance knife that I was crazy about. And what I wound up doing was I just wound up getting the limited edition high-end Kershaws to kind of alleviate that. I don't know if you guys wound up doing that, but that's what I wound up doing. I got the Kershaw Bare Knuckle and M390 with carbon fiber scales. And, you know, since then, it's been like, well, I don't know if I'm ever going to get a Zero Tolerance knife again, or even if I'm going to find one that I'm going to be crazy about. Because while they do try to put out, you know, a lineup every year, unfortunately, it's not enough. So who knows what these guys are going to do. And I really think that if they're going to continue on, they need to make a big step up and rebrand their company and literally push the name of Kai Knives out, get rid of Zero Tolerance and Kershaw and just make it Kai Knives, and put out a bunch of knives that are all high quality, mid quality, low quality, and make it all one company, Kai Knives. Those are my thoughts on this company. I mean, I think they've got really great possibilities. They've been around for years. And yet the only problem that this company has is their branding. It's just painful every year to go to Blade Show and take a look at the Kershaw lineup, and they've got like 15 knives all set to be sold, and then Zero Tolerance only has 2. So, you know, go figure. Who knows why this is happening or why they've decided to continue to stay this way. Maybe it's just a matter of, you know, understanding the market, or because at this point in time, Zero Tolerance and Kershaw knives cannot compete with Spyderco or Benchmade or CRKT, because they just don't have the lineup of knives that the consumer would want. So if you guys have any comments on this video, I think this is probably the most I guess thought-provoking video I've made so far on this live series that I'm doing, just because I'm trying to get used to doing these live videos. Let me know. I really want to hear your comments on these. If you think I'm missing something, let me know what it is I'm missing. I'll try and cover it. Keep in mind, all these videos are unscripted, and I'm just going off the cuff, guys. So I don't really have anything significantly written down that would improve the content quality of these videos, although I should. But for right now, I'm just trying to get used to going live, because I still don't understand a lot of how this works. I just figured out how to end a video. You just basically press the X up at the top and the video ends. For any of you guys that are in the same boat as I am, don't just swipe up and close the video, because what happens is it doesn't wind up in YouTube Studio like it's supposed to, so you can delete it. What happens is the video never shows up on in YouTube Studio, so it never shows up in YouTube, and you have to wait like an hour, I think, for it to show up, and then you'll have the ability to delete it. Yesterday I did the video, and I had like 60 seconds of the ocean like a screensaver with no like talking points to it or anything. It was just one video of the ocean. I'm sure some people enjoyed it, but I had to delete that. So I deleted it, and it took like an hour for me to delete it, because apparently when you go live, I guess a video isn't considered a video unless it's at least a minute. And that video wasn't a minute, so it took a while for it to load on YouTube so I could delete it. This is normally not part of my video, but I just wanted to share that with you because it's an experience, you know. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this, but anyway, give me your thoughts on Kai Knives. If you think they need to keep the name Kai Knives, or maybe get rid of the I guess I'm going to call it the sub names of Kershaw and Zero Tolerance, which is so like melted in our brains already, all of us knife people, that there's no way that they'll be able to get rid of it now. It's like Coca-Cola. You just can't get rid of that name. But honestly, I think if they tried real hard, they could rebrand and just literally push out the name Kai Knives and make it all one company, where they put out high-end knives, middle-end knives, and low-end knives, which is exactly what Benchmade does. It's exactly what CRKT does. If Spyderco does that, Spyderco is the most successful out of all of them because they've got everything under the sun for a knife, including like almost limitless special editions and limited edition knives that everybody's just going to eat up. And unfortunately, Kai Knives or Kershaw / Zero Tolerance doesn't do the same. Please give me your comments on this video, and I hope to see you guys soon in the next video. I'm pretty much exhausted out, so that's it for me on doing live videos this week. I will have newer videos next week, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a fantastic day.